the building shoes. It was a huge terrible. So that's nice. We thought the building was going to come down. It's shaking. So, you know what happened in Turkey? In Turkey, there are thousands of people who died. Some are even missing up to date because of earthquake. So, natural disasters. So, I think they are troubling us. All these plans that we have, all this water about symptoms will evaporate in a minute. It becomes useless, it becomes irrelevant to you. Because one thing that can happen in a big version of an age, I want to give thanks to Babanya for the wonderful praise and worship. Babanya, we need more of that. We need more of that. We need more of that commitment. All right? We need more of that. Don't be like a stranger in this church. Whenever you come, we want to see you being active here. You took up to another night and God to continue to bless you and the family as well. Thank you very much. Today, I'm going to speak about something that I'm praying to God that you give me the understanding and the ability to explain it. And will also give the congregation the ability to understand what I'm going to speak about today. Neither here nor there. That's the topic for today. Neither here or there. Neither here or there. I was not supposed to teach today. I give someone an assignment, but I'm not here. They did not come. Baba Chairman is on the way from Zim. I think that's why the family is not around today. He's on his way. He hasn't arrived yet, but he's going to Zimbabwe, so he's on his way coming back. Brethren, Sister Lucy, I want to read for me. I think I've got many scholars here. Lorenz, are you there? Aaron, are you there? I want you to listen to this chapter and try to explain to me what is being said. Are you making sense out of it? Okay? If you are making sense of it, say I'm making sense. If you are not, say I'm not making sense out of it. Okay? Sister Lucy is going to read for us. Deuteronomy chapter 1, from verse 1 to 6. I want you to listen here. Dr. Eden of the reading, talk to. I make sense of just to talk about. Look at the sense to talk about. It's sense here. Yes, read it now, Sister Lucy.
These are the words that Moses spoke to all Israel beyond the Jordan in the wilderness, in the Arabah opposite Saf, between Paran and Tophel, Laban, Hazoreth, and Dizahab. It is 11 days' journey from Horeb by the way of Mount Seir to Kadesh. In the 40th, Kadesh Barnea. In the 40th year, on the first day of the 11th month, Moses spoke to the people of Israel according to all the Lord had given him in the commandment to them. After he had defeated Sihon, the king of Amorites, who lived in Heshbon, and Og, the king of Bashan, who lived in Ashtaroth and Edrei, beyond the Jordan, in the land of Moab, Moses undertook to explain this law, saying, "The Lord our God has said to us in Horeb, we have stayed long enough at this mountain. Turn and take your journey and go to the hill country of the Amorites and to all their neighbors in the Arabah, in the hill country and in the lowland and in the Negev and by the sea coast, the land of Canaanites and Lebanon, as far as the great river, the river Euphrates. See, I have set the land before you."
Start again from where you begin. I want you to read the first answer, then try to make sense of it. Make sense. First one.
First verse.
These are the words that Moses spoke
We
to.
look at the joining of the words. We talk about this in this one. Scholars, are you listening? Right.
These are the words that Moses spoke to all Israel beyond the Jordan in the wilderness, in the Arabah, opposite Seth, between Paran and Tophel, Laban, Hazereth, and Dizah. It is 11 days' journey from Horeb by the way of Mount Seir to Kadesh Barnea. In the 40th year, on the first day of the 11th month, Moses spoke to the people of Israel according to all the Lord had given him in the commandment to them after he had defeated Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who had lived in Heshbon, and Og, the king of Bashan.
Does it make sense to you?
No. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Does it make sense to you?
Doesn't make sense.
Aaron?
No.
Doesn't make sense.
My elders, my
Doesn't make sense.
Is it Deuteronomy?
Oh, I'm lost.
Bible, yeah.
Deuteronomy.
But I have to get now.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Amen.
In the book of Deuteronomy, God has spoken to Moses several times. Babanyao, he has spoken to Moses several times. But in this particular day or this particular time, God is being very specific. He says, God spoke to Moses in the wilderness. Some Bible says in the desert, east of the Jordan. These are the way that God spoke to Moses. These are the way that Moses, the Bible says, these are the way that Moses spoke to all Israel in the wilderness. In the Bible, they put the word desert to the east of the Jordan. Now, it goes on to say now, they've not spoken of the wilderness yet. They freeze the way. They have not spoken of the wilderness yet. He stops there. You see now, in the desert. So God has spoken to Moses several times, but now he's very particular. He says, in the desert. When things are difficult, when things are not going well, see, in the desert things are difficult. There's a shortage of water, there's a shortage of food, the sun is blistering hot during the day, and during the night the temperature has dropped to the lowest degrees. So everything in the desert is not good. Nothing is happening that is good in what? In the desert. So that is when God comes and visits us and speaks to us. When things are not right, when things are tough, when things are difficult, when we are at our lowest, that is when God speaks what? To us. You even see also in the Old Testament, when they opened the temple for the very first time, when the priests and King Solomon, when they were dedicating the temple, they said now, after they put everything that was supposed to be in the wall of the holies, it was bright. But once they came out, they said darkness filled what? The room. Why? Because God visits us in our darkest what? Of hours. When things are not happening to us, God what? Visits us. When things are difficult, when God worries in our homes, worries in our personal lives, worries in our businesses, God indeed take it upon himself to come and visit us. He spoke to Moses in the desert. So the word desert or wilderness is an emphasis to show that it was at difficult of times. Moses is leading a rebellious people. People want water. People want food. People want a good living. They are pestering him. And then God came and spoke to him in what? In the desert. when things are difficult. Now, what is perplexing now is what follows after that. He is told to speak to the people of Israel in the desert, but he's not speaking to them now, that moment. He did not speak to them there and then about that. He kept quiet. But what he goes on to say now, he goes on to explain the places surrounding the area. Opposite. He said, opposite Safa, between Paran and Topaz, Laban, Azaroth, Dazan. It takes them a day to Barak. It has got nothing to do with what Moses is about to say to the children of Israel. Are we together? And what's more strange, these places are non-existent. What makes it strange that these places, or Arabah, or Safar, or all of them, these places, they are not existent in that area. They are non-existent. Aziko. So these are places that are non-existent. But the Bible says now, he is told to speak to the children of Israel between Para, between what, and what. He has not yet spoken to the children of Israel yet, but there's sort of a confusion here and there. Sometimes when God speaks to us, brethren, a message that is so important, that is going to change our life, that is going to change the way that we do things, he confuses the language that the devil won't hit. He confused mamashi, confused the language, but Satan answers the good she's good seeker. Mona is good to be able to say, I don't know how it's good to it's right, you cannot even explain it. Sometimes God should be confusing the devil on your behalf, so that when he eventually gives you an instruction, you can be able to follow it. You are empowered to what? To follow it.
Amen. Yes. Amen.
As simple as you that it was told, it's non-existent. And the way they are written is so confusing between. How can it be between four places? Between four places and what is the opposite? How can it be? Is it possible? And Moses did not deliver this message on that day. It's only after they've moved away from that place. Now, they've moved away from that place because they had said that message in that place, particular place. Maybe their movement could not have happened. They decided on that day. They decided on that day, particular time. Maybe the devil was so much influencing the children of Israel. He had so much power. When I suppose we move, we don't delay. The point of that capacity to reach, but what is the time is what is wrong. Not to be wrong, and this cannot come to reach, but not delay. And this the time is what is not right. I think we've all done that in our lives. We withhold action, we withhold implementation. We withhold execution of a plan. Why? Because the time is not right. Then, after you've moved away from that time that you postponed, you are in another area, you are in another department, you are in another era, you are in another section. Then now you are free to say, what's the paper? That delay has been cheated. And this is after that, Zaitika. But Papa is the one who delay. you blabber. You give some excuses that are not straightforward. And so that you can only pass through those areas.
I love you. It's a mistake.
And yes, you give some other explanations. And we just can't be sick
It's a mistake.
until the time is right for you to say the right
Yes, I
words.
gave you my number.
When the time is right for you to explain things the way they should really be.
But I have yours.
This was the situation with Moses. Only now, after they've moved away from that place, that was so confusing, that had the influence of people from Sam, the influence of the people from Paran, the influence of the people from Topel. You see, these are the places that are mentioned, but they are not existent.
Take picture 3.
Now, when it's moved from that place, Moses is free to say these words now. In chapter 1, verse 6. After Moses, they moved out from that place. He's saying now, the Lord our God said to us at Horeb. He's not saying to us now. I'm saying they moved away from there already. But these are the way that you're supposed to tell the children of Israel at that time. The Lord our God said to us at Horeb, you have stayed long enough at this mountain. Break camp and advance into the hill country of Amorites. Go to all the neighboring peoples of Arabah and the mountains. You see now? Now he's free to say it. That time you could not what? You could not say it. Answer what all of us, move a Israel. Mwaranga chite zvakati. But makwedza anodini? Hana kuwataurira. Angoti wana Mwari ngatimuvei. Let us move. After some time, move already. After go to wataura mani. Bye bye. Vatakabva gomure vanziko. Mwari akati tibve paya. Kuti tagarisa paya for a long time. Apotaura manje. After the movement is what? It's already happened.
Send that picture.
You must remember now, this movement, they were going toward the sea. And they knew, and most knew that there was a sea in front of them. He knew that Kumberuk, they are going to reach a certain end. He knew that very well. He knew that very well. But he was taking a command from God. Akati then wabuda manje panzvimbo ndezvetumwe wamuzvikomo which is about to take them now to the sea. He said to them now, remember when we moved from that place, God had said that you stayed too much in Horeb. We must leave Horeb and what? And move on. So he's moving from a point of having no plan to a second point of having no plan again. Because now he's facing what? The sea. Neither here or there.
Yes.
He's moving from a point of having no plan to a second stage of having another no plan again.
Taking pictures.
Another plan about you guys.
After depression.
Yes, I'm going to put you in a stage you push after the plan. You put why the full gumi? Neither here or there. Why is the one Moses in leadership that there's a sea there? But they are escaping.
22.
They are going. The Lord said to us at Horeb, after some time now, you have stayed long enough at this mountain.
How many minutes?
Break camp and advance into the hill country of Amorites.
1 hour.
Go to all the neighboring peoples in the Arab, in the mountains, in the western foothills, in the Negev, and along the coast to the land of Canaanites, and to the Lebanon, as far as the great river of Euphrates. Now, he's moved away from that place now. He's beginning now. These are real places. The place that is mentioning now, new ones now, they are what? Real and actual places. Kumsoro was mentioning non-existent places. So, brethren, some things that happen to us in life, we are not able to have an explanation for them now.
And find the egg.
Sometimes it's not that we don't know, but we choose to delay and not do them because of the animosity of the challenge that we face against ourselves. But at the end of the day, the work of God must be done anyhow. All together, it must be done. It must be done. So whether we are here or we are at a step ahead, God is still in charge. As I'm saying, neither here or there. So, in things of God, let us go as the Spirit of God is pushing us. Let's keep the focus. Let's keep the focus. Because some things, they come to us. They make no sense. They are so mixed up, so much of a mixed bag that we don't know what to use. It's like someone giving you a puzzle. Build a puzzle out of this. There are so many pieces. So sometimes life gives us such puzzle bags. Pieces.
This one. Features.
You know what is supposed to come out of it at least? But please, they must all come together at one point. The reason why I'm saying I'm telling you because you want their money to work at that time. Can I end of them was piece in the pocket, piece 1, piece B, piece 1, piece B, but you don't give them the answer immediately as you give them the puzzle. But the puzzle will be there. You know that things are not be working out. Just like our lives in Disciples of Hope. We've got a great puzzle that has been thrown at us. We've got a great puzzle that has been thrown in this church. There's a puzzle that has been thrown in this church. In this chase, there are pieces of a piece of a puzzle that they need to be joined together. And as you said, I concur with your prophecy. We are going to join them one day. We might see no sense out of what is happening to us. We might see no sense out of what we are doing. We might see no sense out of our coming here. We might see no sense out of our attendance here. But one day, as I will say, everything is going to make sense. Everything is going to, the puzzle is going to join one day. The puzzle is going to join one day. And what surprises me is that some people who are far away from us, people who came to this church only for 1 month, who came only for 2 months, they see great things from afar in this church. They see great things from afar. My testimonies are very church, you know, 1 month, 2 months, they are very great. As soon as you are going to school, they've got great testimonies of what's happening here, of what they got here, of what uplifted them from this church. They are seeing from afar. They know it's a puzzle that we have got. But one day, as Obama said in his prophetic message, he's going to join. The puzzle is going to join. All the pieces are here, all the pieces are there. All the pieces are there. Akona mapisi akumachezi okela. They are there. I remember one day when Ezekiel was asking Ezekiel 37, "Hans, can these bones live?"
That's so hard.
Hans, they were white. Angasena nyama, sikamhlophe because someone bafile kudala la. Hans, can these bones live? Look at how many chairs for no people. If someone can say, "Are you going to fill up this church one day?" Is there going to be people filling up this church, these benches, which Obagaza brought today? Let alone the chair, these benches, are they going to fill up with people one day? It seems impossible, at it. It seems a far-reached dream. But that's where God comes in. If these are things that we can do by ourselves, then there's no need for God. But things that seem impossible, that's why you see that as God. But if things are possible within our people's eyes, then at least one value are married. But if one day God can fill these chairs for us, one by one, the pastor is going to join. Then you see that there's a God in heaven. You see that God is there in heaven. But you need to stay what? Focused. I remember in the New Testament, when Jesus was beginning to preach, and the one is there anything good that can come out of Nazareth? Why? Because the area was rural, was poor, it had nothing to offer. Can anything come out of Nazareth? That's what Jesus was Nazareth. Because there were bigger cities like Jerusalem. There were bigger cities like Bethel. There were bigger places whereby things were happening, coming straight. So people expected something good to come out of those places. But it did not. In the heat of the confusion, Jesus came from yes. We are going to raise giants here in this church. Giants in science, giants in achievements in this church. Things are going to happen. We are going to raise great leaders here. And people who do great things here. It's going to happen. But as it is now, there's a lot of confusion. There's puzzle that need to be joined. Things that need to be done. Just as Moses said one day, I'm also doing it today. Be as confusing as it is, as blood as it is, as if there's nothing happening as it is. A time will come when God says, you have stayed long enough where you are. It's now time for you to move on. That time is going to come. Babagan, that time is going to come. Abanyao, that time is going to come. Drabazidi, that time is going to come. Babachwai, that time is going to come. Mamzi, that time is going to come. Whereby Marachat, you have stayed long enough where you are. Now it's time for you to what? To move on. And when the movement happens, you forget all this suffering. Yes. They will come. And the people will look in Isaiah chapter 6. And people from afar will come with that to the light. They are going to come. Yes, they are going to come. But things are for now, they are blood. We are mentioning things that are not there. Like Moses, we mentioned the places, single city partition. Because I don't know why they explain this. I'm struggling to give a second to what I'm saying about. As a part of my staying doing Sipo. after some time zvozotaitaura paya message yakataura Mwari musure ndei kuti kudai after patopfuura nguva wabva panzvimbo iyaiye. Mwari ngatite zvakanaka madzoni. Let's stay in hope. Neither here or there does not matter. What matters is God's plan in our life. We can be there, we can be here, but what matters at the end of the day is what God has got in plan for us. These are the ways that Moses said to the children of Israel in the desert. Wari mugwenga, wari mukushupika, wari kumushushikana, ndo mawedzi akavataurira aya. Ndiapo mawedzi acho. We have stayed long enough in this place. Now it's time for us to make what? A move to better things of Anyama. You have stayed long enough in that business of yours. Now it's time for you to move and be a millionaire as you have dreamt all along. You have stayed long enough working lister. Now it's time for you to move and have something better that will make you happy. That will make you feel the value of who you are. Yes, you have stayed long enough. Now it's time for you to move and feel your real value in life. That time is coming. At the appropriate time, God is going to speak those words to us and reveal His plan for our lives. For He says, I know the plan that I have for you, not to harm you, but to bring you to an expected end. So the end is expected already. It's not. I love you very much. Let us stay in hope. I know it's painful to come every day. You look at these benches, they are empty. What does that Even I was taking William to my scouts moments ago. So it's nature. Takaenda ku first Mondial. Takafika pale wana 4 jets. Wakati we used to have a lot of children before COVID.
Yeah.
I want to show you how women look at this. It also happened to me. We went there when we wanted to join scouts for team other things there. So I feel not now I folk there. Then you find another scout group, German scout group there in Parktown. They've got 20-something kids, they've got what. Then I was speaking to my mother, I don't know what to I want to go on of this. It's a letter of provision. I get it says. Then you hear about this man, I was asking that, where do you think it's better? Then there's a lot of kids there, I enjoy it, but they teach more. Yeah, here we are spending more time playing. They are not around when you're tired of German scouts who fact out. That's of course. Those ones, they are few, but we have learned first aid, I've learned to do this and this. Day, since I went there, we have only been playing outside. Yes, they've got equipment. Everything is there, everything is glitz and glamour, but we are only what? Playing. We are only playing. So, it's not all things, it's not all people that stayed for something that is beginning. You remember, when rain was not coming to Israel for years, after Elijah had prophesied about not coming, he told his servant, is there a cloud coming out? He went, I think almost 7 times of Banyam. He went for the first time, but it's clear there's nothing, man of God. There's nothing is happening. He was losing hope. Everyone wants where there's action on it. Everyone wants where there's action. So he went back again. They say 7 times. 7 times. Then on the 7th now, when he went back to the river, and the corner can come walk, and so sort of a headlight of a cloud. That is the promise there. After trying 7 times. What was happening to all those times with the men of God praying? There are forces of evil that fight against our prayers. They are there. They fight against our prayer. They fight against us achieving something. Why did Elijah have to pray for about 7 times? You don't pray on one prayer, then things happen. All the 7 times, that's why this man went to the river again. He wants a hand of kind of a cloud. Then he said, okay, go and tell the king now that first he must go back to his palace because there's going to be heavy rain. From a hand to rain. A hand to finish. Those disciples of mind, I'm revealing this secret to you. We are in a time whereby there's a lot of confusion to one who does not see what is actually happening. But then God has pushed me to say this thing. I didn't want to say these things. This was for me, for my own consumption. But I will say it now, today, that the time will come when a command will be given to us to move from where we are now. I don't know what that time is going to be. I don't know who is going to be there to wait for it. I don't know who is going to be patient as we make one prayer after another while things happening until you find a small hand appearing from the river. May God continue to bless you.
Amen.
May God continue to guide you as to what you may need to do. Mari kamu say vakanaka. Baba gaza yabuite kapana kwa mfari pato ye priestly blessings there. Next week, my team will come around. William come, Elkova come.